Hey everybody, this is Wendy Ponomarenko. I'm the art teacher and librarian at Temple Emanu-El. And as part of the Storytime Library Project, or the ongoing library project, I'm trying to bring our temple resources to our families during this time of need when all the libraries are closed and when our library isn't accessible to you. So I've been recording a book a night and posting it online. And today's book is called Emanu-El on the Bima, which My Mommy is a Rabbi, by Rabbi Mindy Avra Portnoy, and illustrated by Steffi Karen Rubin. Hope you enjoy. This is Emanu-El on the Bima, My Mommy is a Rabbi. I call my mommy Ema. That means mommy in Hebrew. Other people call her Rabbi. That's her job. Ema wears a little hat called a kippah. It has lots of pretty colors. I have a kippah too. It has my name on it, so if I lose it, someone can find it and bring it back to me. At services and weddings, Ema wears a special shawl called a talit. She says a blessing before she puts it on. Ema has an office in the synagogue. She goes there every day. Sometimes I go too. Everywhere I look there are books and books and books. Some are in Hebrew, others are in English. Ema keeps a shelf of books and toys just for me. Many people visit Ema in her office. Yesterday, a very tall man with a mustache came. He looked sad. When the man came out of Ema's office, I smiled at him, and he smiled back at me. Part of Ema's job is to make people happier, and I try to help Ema do her job. Happy people visit Ema too. Some of them are getting married. Ema performs the weddings. She stands with the bride and groom under the chuppah and talks to them about how they should love and take care of each other. She also says some blessings and gives them wine to drink. At my cousin Marcia's wedding, I carried a basket of pink and white flowers. Ema writes a lot. She writes letters and speeches and sermons. She also talks on the telephone. Too much. People call to ask her questions and invite her to meetings. Sometimes I hear her say, "No, I'm sorry I can't come. Rebecca, that's me, and I are busy that day." And that makes me smile. On Friday nights, Ema leads Shabbat services. She stands in front of the ark on the Bima. After the prayers, Ema gives a sermon. Sometimes she tells stories we read in the Torah, and sometimes she makes up new ones. Abba, that's my dad, and I sit in the front row. Everybody listens to Ema when she talks, but once I saw a man sleeping. After services, everyone comes up to Ema. They all say, "Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi," and I say, "Shabbat Shalom, Ema," and I give her a big kiss. Sometimes Ema's job doesn't make sense. Jewish people aren't supposed to work on Shabbat and the Jewish holidays, but rabbis have to. When Ema isn't working on Friday night, we stay home and have special Shabbat dinner. We light candles, sip wine, and sing songs. We say a blessing before we eat and one after. I think the first one is shorter because God knows we're hungry. At the end of Shabbat on Saturday night, Abba lights a big braided candle and we say Havdalah. We drink some wine, smell sweet spices, and make shadows with our hands in the candlelight. Then Abba puts out the candle and the wine and I say, "See you next week, Shabbat." Sometimes Ema does funny things. Last Purim, when Abba and I came to the synagogue, we saw someone with a big hat, a curly mustache, and a silly mask. She came right up and hugged me, and then I knew it was Ema! On Yom Kippur, Ema and I dress all in white. At the end of services, Ema calls out, "Tekiah Gedola," and I try to hold my breath for as long as Cantor Cohen blows the shofar. I love the parade on Simchat Torah. Ema carries a big Torah and I carry a small one. Sometimes we march outside and around the block. On Sunday mornings, Ema and I go to religious school together. Ema teaches the big kids in room 8. My class is down the hall in the kindergarten room. Once, during assembly, one of the boys threw a paper airplane at his friend, but it hit Ema instead. Ema didn't get angry. She took a crayon, drew a Jewish star on the tail, and told us it was El Al, plane from Israel. Then she asked the pilot to come see her after class. Later, I asked Ema if a star can be Jewish. Is the moon Jewish too? She smiled and told Abba what I said. Sometimes parents forget to answer your questions. Last week, my babysitter, Rachel, became a bat mitzvah. When she finished reading from the Torah, everybody threw candy at her to wish her a sweet life. At the end of services, Ema always invites the children to come to the Bima to pick up the candy and join her in singing Adon Olam. I like to stand next to Ema and pretend I'm a rabbi too. Ema always winks at me, and I wink back at my Ema on the Bima. The end. Now, this book was written specifically with the idea of Reform Judaism in mind, and even at the time this was written, which was, I think, the late 80s, there were not that many female rabbis. So this book actually caused a bit of a stir when it first came out. But the rabbi who wrote it, Rabbi Mindy Avra Portnoy, she herself, being a rabbi, tried to give it that first-person feel, that feeling that this was not something to feel uncomfortable about or to feel that this was unusual, but something to be proud of. And by telling the story from the kid's point of view, especially the daughter's point of view, it put the female rabbi in the position of being a role model to little girls, saying, you can do this too. And that's honestly something that for most of creation we have not had. So this is the only book we have. We do have some other books that have female rabbis in them, but this is the only one that actually centers on it and has the rabbi being kind of the main character. So yeah, there we go. This is a bit of diversity and just something great about our religion. The religion that I grew up with, Catholicism, still does not allow female priests. So what we've got is something special. We've got female rabbis. Have a good one.